Good. Thank you very much. Welcome, everyone, to a very exciting night and a great meeting. Thank you so much for the band for coming out tonight. That was wonderful. We already had a closed session meeting, so with that, we will reconvene here, and we'll start with the Open Public Meeting Act statement. The New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted upon. And as required under law, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided to local radio stations, the Times, the public library, and has been filed with the municipal clerk. The board reserves the right to limit public discussion of personnel items and other matters as defined in the law. With that, we will turn to the flag salute.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And the first item on our agenda tonight is the dedication of the Mike Brindle Music Room. And with that, we are so pleased and honored to have actually his family here this evening. And with that, we'll turn it over to Laura, who can say some words. And as everybody knows, Mike was a longtime board member here. And so it's our pleasure to start that. Laura?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, there couldn't be a more appropriate Board of Education public meeting than this one this evening to honor our friend and colleague, Mike Brindle. Please note on your agenda that school business action item number 15 is a change order. Mike, we always hear you registering your stern disapproval of cost adjustments and voting nay on principle, because that's one dimension of who you were. A man of precise oversight. We remember you every time we approve a change order. We're here this evening to formally install a plaque naming Lawrence High School's music room the W. Michael Brindle Music Room. Mike, after all, was a career musician. He played the French horn, and a music teacher in Hopewell Valley Regional in Hopewell Township. He always called it Hopeless Township. This board, this administration, and all assembled are honored by the presence of Mike's beloved wife, Jean, his daughter, Janet, his sister, Tori, and his niece, Jennifer. Both Janet and Jennifer, by the way, are Lawrence High School alumna. Yeah. And I must extend a personal thanks to Jean for keeping me company on numerous October nights in Atlantic City at the New Jersey School Boards Association convention, while Mike dutifully sipped his Diet Coke and then dashed off to the craps table. Let me get personal. When I first became a board member 12 eventful years ago, relationships among and between board members and administration were, well, a bit fractious. Leon Kaplan, Bill Michelson, and I, who came on the board together, were perceived correctly, I suppose, as a threat. But Mike never treated us that way. He treated us that whole year with warmth, courtesy, and generosity, always willing to take the time to school us rookies on arcane board protocol and process. Most school boards follow Robert's Rules of Order. We followed the far superior of Mike's rules of order. The following year, I reluctantly agreed to be president, and my fellow board members wisely voted in Mike as vice president. After all, he was the board's institutional memory, the board's conscience, and my teacher. He tried to teach me craps once, but that was a disaster. Mike served on this board for 21 years. 21 years. Honestly, after serving on this board for a mere 12 years, I'm gobsmacked by his dedication and attention span. Board membership can be tedious with its tiresome politics and minutia, but Mike had this extraordinary ability to maintain his focus on the gratification and camaraderie that is also part of being a board member. I think that Mike had an essential optimism, as well as a gruff sweetness that partnered with his quick mind, sharp humor, and attentiveness to detail. I'll always admire that. After his retirement from Hopewell, he and Jean cruised the wide world, but somehow he never lost his focus on his responsibilities as a board member. He'd come back with trips of exotic travel and then start quizzing Tom about the bills list. And always, always, he prioritized the needs of Lawrence Township school children. Mike was a teacher, but he wasn't a pedant. He taught by example. Here was what Mike taught me. A school district is a community, enlarged in ever-expanding concentric circles, from board to administration to staff to children to parents to all of Lawrence Township. Without that cohesion, we become lesser than the sum of our parts. But with that sense of family, we become exponentially greater. Joanne, I remember when you were first considering running for school board. You came up to me after a meeting and said to me, I want to be part of this team. You look like you're having so much fun. Really so. Your second presumption wasn't entirely accurate, but your first was spot on. When we're at our best, we are a team, a family, a community. Mike's essence is what we're like when we're at our best. He's still our teacher. He always will be. Tom will approve that change order, but in Mike's honor, will silently vote no. And I also, thank you. I also want to give a few more thank yous. I need to thank, is Beth Barletta here? She's not here. For playing Super Sleuth and tracking down Janet. To Fern Urisi for ordering the plaque. For Scott Gallagher and Buildings and Grounds for hanging the plaque. To Mary Beth DiLorenzo and Linda Dlabick and Food Services for the cupcakes. Can't forget the cupcakes. For Supervisor Damian Bariexuk for helping to coordinate the evening. To music teacher Sharon Rello for arranging for and leading the student musicians who are Nate Perucci, Henry Gagliardi, Samir Agrawal, and I'd also like to thank the LHS transition class for printing the napkins. Thank you.
Thank you.
So since Mike was a big music fan, if we could have one more musical selection from our students, and then we'll have cupcakes. Yeah. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to listen to my students. At this time, I'd like to invite Mrs. Brindle up to share a few words with us.
I think I have a pretty big voice, so I don't think I need to stand with a microphone. I very much all day have said to Janet, I really hope they don't ask me to say anything because I'm going to choke up. Well, that didn't last very long. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for recognizing Mike. He didn't always agree with you all. In fact, many times he did not. But he always respected you and was always looking out for the welfare of the children in Orange Township. And he loved what he did. The last election that he didn't win, I have to let you know, it did break his heart. But it didn't break my heart until I realized I was going to have him home for a few months. Then it really broke my heart. They were wonderful years for him. I thank you for recognizing him so much. I thank you for my family that's come tonight. And my dear friends that I haven't seen in a long time. I wasn't able to make it to his memorial service because I was in the hospital. So this is sort of closure for me. And I don't know how I can tell you how much it means to me. So thank you very, very much. I'm sorry. Those of you that have come to say hello, Janet and I are staying at the Marriott Courtyard on Scotch Road, and they have a little thing called the Bistro in the lobby there. And we'll be there if any of you want to just stop by and chat or whatever. If not, I understand it's a school night, but we will be there and would love to chat with you. And if not, I certainly understand. I'm on Facebook. Be careful. Twitter. You got me on it. And I also have an extra bedroom with two new twin beds, if anyone wants to come to it. Thank you again. Thank you.
One of the things you see up here is the plaque that is hung above our music room down in 401 hallway, so that we always have a piece of Mike Brindle here with us, besides change orders and remembering that. But we really wanted to make it special for you and say thank you for letting us have him for 21 years and letting him be a part of our family as well as your family. So we also have a special gift for you, and Kevin and I are going to come out there.
Yeah.
So we have a plaque, that we're going to hang, but we have two because we thought it was important that while we're remembering Mike here in the school, that you know that we're remembering. I thought I had a big mouth. That you know that we're remembering Mike here in the school. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was high school. I'm working on it here. So again, we just want to say thank you. We love you. Thank you so much for sharing him with us. Thank you, family, for supporting us and coming here. You didn't have to do it, but we're so glad to have you here. Oh, that's right. Now cupcakes. Let's take about 5 minutes and speak with the family here and enjoy, students too, enjoy cupcakes. Although the band does get 2 cupcakes, you heard me say that, for playing for us. So thank you, everybody. We'll take like 5 minutes.